What's going on, everybody? We are back for our retro review for this month. I think we're going to be doing another one. I don't know. Probably maybe tomorrow because we usually do two. DJ picks one, I pick one. But we're starting off with Survivor Series 2001 was my choice. Just because I feel like this was one of the only Survivor Series where it was really a Survivor Series. You know, it was the Alliance versus the WWF, and whoever won, you know, the other one basically was no longer. And you know, obviously we know how it went down. But anyway, let's get right into the review. Awesome opening video package as always. It definitely built up the importance of this Survivor Series being, like I said, the Alliance, WCW and ECW versus the WWF at the time. Did you have any thoughts on the opening video package?
Yeah, I definitely liked it. I like how it previewed that main match with all the members of every team. I thought that was pretty cool. And we were talking about this. I think it was off air before the six pack. I was like, it would have been really cool if the freaking lawsuit would have happened at this time and the Alliance would have actually won. And they would have had to change the WWF. That would have been a cool way to kind of transition that, or change WWE. That would have been a cool way to transition to that. Um, but yeah, I was just excited for the show because, like you said, this was one of those shows where it was kind of brand versus brand, I guess you could say at this point. And I always kind of like those brand versus brand type shows. And with this one, since it was like the first year after WCW had closed down, it was nice to kind of see some of the older titles and some of those titles transition over. We had a lot of unification matches, as you can see on the card on the left. We had a lot of title unification matches, so that was pretty cool to see.
Yeah. I just liked it in general. There's a lot of people. You'll watch reviews on the invasion or whatever. Some people say they fell short certain places or they could have done this or that better. And yeah, I mean, there's things they could have done better, but I mean, I think for what we got in the storyline, I liked it. Um, but I'm sure we could probably do a video, what if, sort of a what if video if they did things differently, which we might do down the line, because there's a lot of what ifs. What if Triple H wasn't injured at the time, because unfortunately Triple H was out during the entire invasion storyline.
Thank God.
What if he was there? What if certain other superstars were signed by WWE? What if
I wonder. I was always thinking about this because it always felt like they were gonna probably do a swerve, and have like a WWE guy be on the WCW or the Alliance team just as like kind of the leader. And I know Austin was that guy, but I've always it kind of makes you think of what if Triple H was healthy? Would he have been that guy? The guy you would have never thought about to swerve to WCW, but would he have been that guy?
Yeah. Him. I think a bigger swerve would have been The Rock or Undertaker, because more specifically with The Rock, he's one of the big four. You think of like the big four as like Stone Cold, The Rock, Triple H, Undertaker. He's the only one that's was WWF his whole career. The others, Triple H was in WCW at one time. Austin was in WCW. I want to say Taker was in WCW for a short period of time in his early career. I may be wrong about that, but I think Rock would have been an even bigger swerve just because he was, purely WWF his whole career. But Austin was, without Triple H being there, Austin was kind of the big main guy there. But anyway, getting into the first match, we had the WWF European Championship match. We had Christian versus Al Snow. I liked this match. I felt like they had really good ring psychology. I also loved the kind of the mind games from the crowd chanting "We want Edge" because this was the time when Christian was in the Alliance as a heel, and Edge obviously was in on the WWF side. But I forgot how much I loved Al Snow's snowplow finisher. I love that move. But still, your champion of Europe, Christian. I just thought this was a really good match to open the show. DJ?
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think this was a really good match. I was excited to see Christian. I was so excited to see Christian. I always loved this Christian. I always thought it was a good version of Christian when he was kind of the heel. This was like I think was this before the temper tantrums, I think. But I always liked heel Christian. He was always really good at it. Even you could see it in the promo he cut before the match. But I enjoyed this though. It was kind of weird watching this show back because you look at Christian being in the Alliance, and Al Snow being in for the WWF, and it was like some of the roles just seemed like they should have been reversed. Now, albeit I don't remember every single piece of all this, the storylines that was going on here. I remember it when I go back and watch it. But I just enjoyed this match though. I thought it was a good match. That was another. What was the other show? There was another show we watched that was very similar to this, where they had like I don't know if it was the Alliance versus WWE or WWF, but it was a show we watched recently.
Was it a SummerSlam?
It might have been.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
But I just thought that was interesting. I enjoyed this match though. It was a good match to start the show. Not a terrible way to start the show when you start off with a title match. But Casey's not complaining about title matches now though. He's not complaining about the European title starting off the show. Just saying. Go complain about it.
It's a good title. No, it's a good title. They should bring it back. I'm just saying. But anyway, it might not have been a SummerSlam because I know the Alliance angle the invasion angle wasn't a really long storyline. It was only a couple months, and I think it started after SummerSlam. I'll have to look back, but
maybe it was No Mercy.
It might have. I don't know, but anyway, moving on. I did love the first backstage segment with the Alliance. Freaking Kurt Angle is hilarious. He wasn't the focal point of it, but his little comments here and there were hilarious. I just loved the dynamic between the Alliance members, especially at this time when they were, there was rumors of Stone Cold, turning on them, and defecting to WWF. So they were kind of, they didn't know if they could trust him. But any thoughts on the backstage segment or any other segments?
Yeah, I definitely liked. I liked the backstage segment because it kind of put like just all of them in general, just because it kind of put it in the back of your mind, like anything could happen, this could happen, that could happen. I liked it because it played into the big storyline that they had. And I just really I like these backstage segments. It played into like a lot of the matches because I know we had the Hardy segment, we had the Lita running into Trish segment, and stuff like that. So I like that they all kind of played into their own little thing.
Yeah. So we get William Regal versus Tajiri. I do kind of wish there was a WCW Cruiserweight Championship match on this card, since Tajiri was the Cruiserweight champion at the time. I kind of wanted to see all of the titles defended on this card, just because it was WC or the Alliance versus WWF. So put something else on the line too. So if the WWF guy wins, he gets the WCW Cruiserweight title or whatever. But obviously, Regal didn't meet the weight requirement, so that couldn't happen.
Are you saying he's fat?
No, I'm just saying he bigger than Tajiri. I'm just saying, I mean, he is a little bit, on the he got gut there, but that's just because he was older. Anyway, I really liked, I did like Regal versus Tajiri. They have very different styles, worked really well together. I like their whole storylines that they had. When William Regal was kind of Tajiri's, sort of friend or whatever, and then they turned into like enemies and stuff. I kind of that would be one of the storylines I would like to go back and watch in its entirety, because they always had funny kind of interactions in the back, with William Regal just kind of being the serious, English gentleman kind of guy, heel, and then Tajiri just kind of not really understanding all the time and kind of it was just funny. And then Tori come out, and Tori was there, and I don't know about you, but when I saw Tori, and I felt like it might have been cold in the arena, just cause I'm just saying, I just thought it might have been cold or something. I don't know. Any thoughts on the match or the possible temperature in the arena?
I did enjoy this match. I think they actually worked pretty well together. Even though it was short, but I enjoyed this match mainly because William Regal used the Tiger Bomb. Like, let's be honest, that was the real reason. I was so hyped when I saw him use the Tiger Bomb. But yeah, I mean, I enjoyed the match. I just thought it probably was a little shorter than it needed to be, but they had to make up time for that 44-minute match we had later.
But they had time to get Tori out there, which it's always a good thing when you get Tori out there.
Vince Russo was writing these, right? Wasn't he booked the show at this point? So.
Probably.
He probably put her in a freezer before she came out there. No, Vince Russo.
Anyway, so we get the WWF Intercontinental and WCW United States Championship unification match. Edge. I don't know. This wasn't one of my favorite matches, but I did like that it was a unification match. You weren't really sure, at least back originally, you weren't really sure which title was going to survive. It was Edge that won, right? I think. I don't know. The only thing I didn't like about the unification match is I liked the WCW United States title too. So I didn't want to see either of these titles go. Obviously, we would get a United States title back. But still. Any thoughts on the match?
I mean, I definitely thought it was a good match. I was excited to see Test. I always liked Test. I don't know what it was about Test, but I always liked him. I did have his action figure, so I always used to hit that big boot on everybody. When I used to play my action figures back when I was younger. But I mean, I like this match was a unification match too. Kind of unifying the titles or whatever. I'm trying to figure out if I like the WCW United States Championship or not. I don't know. But I definitely agree with you though. Like, it's kind of a little bit hard to tell. Like, probably because we were younger and kind of more naive, I guess you could say. And we didn't really look into it as much as we do now. But it was kind of you didn't really know where the matches were going to go. And I think that was kind of cool. Especially for a pay per view like this, because if they tried this today, like it would never get over. I mean, it would get over, but it wouldn't it would be predictable if that makes any sense. If they try to show like this. I think they've tried it before. I can't remember. They've tried it recently, not like within the past few years, but enjoyed this match. I was excited to see Test again because I always like Test.
Yep, he liked Test because Test is horrible and he sucks.
He's not though.
May he rest in peace, but he sucked. He was terrible. He was the worst. But anyway, let's move on to what wasn't the worst. The WWF and WCW Tag Team Championship Unification Steel Cage match. That is a mouthful. We got the Hardy Boys as the WWF Tag Team Champions going up against the Dudley Boys. I think they were the WCW Tag Team Champions. I kind of wish that was reversed a little bit. Having the Hardys be the WCW Tag Team Champions and the Dudleys being the WWF Tag Team Champions. But it definitely was a very intriguing match. Not only was it obviously a unification match, but this was the first time these two teams had faced in a steel cage, which was kind of you weren't really. I feel like we weren't really sure what to expect, just because we'd obviously seen them in TLC matches, we'd seen them in ladder matches, table matches. We hadn't really seen them in a steel cage match, so there was kind of the unknown there. But I personally would have rathered a ladder match a little bit, just because it adds a little bit more of that suspense. Who's going to be able to climb up the ladder and retrieve both sets of belts. I just think it would have worked better. But the Dudleys do become unified tag team champions after Jeff Hardy jumps off the top of the steel cage onto tried to jump onto I forgot if it was Bubba or Devon on the table, but he missed and went through the table, and the Dudleys got the pin. It was a good match, though. Like I said, I just kind of would have rather seen a ladder match, personally. But DJ?
I like this because like you said, we've seen we've seen these guys in ladder matches and TLC matches and Full Metal, whatever we're calling them. We've seen them in those type of matches, and I thought it was kind of cool because I feel like this is kind of the forgotten match with the Dudleys and the Hardys. I don't know if you feel like that, but like this was the one that really never gets talked about. I feel like.
Yeah.
Because people always talk about the TLC matches and ladder matches and chairs and tables and all that stuff. But they never really talk about this cage match. So I thought that was it was pretty cool. I was excited to watch it again, since it had been a while since I watched it. But yeah, I just enjoyed it. From a match perspective, I just enjoyed it. There was a lot of crazy stuff going on. I like that they got a table in the ring. I just thought that was freaking crazy. I thought that was pretty cool. I like how they got a table in the ring because it's the Dudleys, so you can't not have a table in the ring. It doesn't matter if it is a cage match. But yeah, I enjoyed this match. I thought it was good. I was excited to see him in a cage match instead of a ladder match this time.
All right. Okay. But then we move on to another backstage segment. And this may be me just thinking too into this, as we sometimes do, being reviewers and not just enjoying the show. But is that quick attack on Scotty Tuhati by Test, really enough to completely take him out of a battle royal. I mean, it wasn't even that bad of an attack. Like,
you just hate Test. That's,
it,
I mean,
what? It was Test attacking Scotty too.
I mean, you just hate Test. That's all it is. Like like
Oh,
that. Like that's the only reason. You
I
just
mean,
hate Test.
it's not just that I hate Test. I mean, I hate Test, but like, still, like, it doesn't like if he like hit him with a chair or like put him through a table or beat him with a trash can or something, I would have been more believable. But like, come on, man, Scotty tougher than that. Scotty, he got this. He stupid Test with your stupid tallness and your stupid face. May you rest in peace. Any thoughts on the attack on Scotty that totally wasn't even enough to really keep him down? But they were like, you know what, Scotty, we're too good, so we can't.
It happens. It does. It happens. Test had to do what he had to do. That's why Test is the best. You just don't see it. That's all. You just don't see it.
He's terrible.
That out there.
He's terrible.
He's the best.
Anyway, let's move on to the immunity battle royal that Scotty Tuhati should have been in because he would have won. Just saying. Probably not, but winner. The winner cannot be fired for 1 year. This was an okay battle royal. Sean friggin' Stasiak got thrown out, I think, before the bell even rang. Like, he was the first one to just fly out of the ring, and I was like, bruh, why would you run across the rock? Why would you do that? Why? But I like this because, it was the WWF versus the Alliance, but at the same time, it was every man for himself. So you did see WWF guys fighting WWF guys. You saw Alliance guys fighting Alliance guys. You saw WWF guys fighting Alliance guys. It was, it was everyone man for himself. I know DJ was excited when Hugh Morris and Chavo Guerrero came in partway through the match because DJ, he loves Chavo. He loved Chavo. He was more
actually excited to leave the room at that point because I was done. I was done with Chavo. I was just no more.
I did love when it got down to the final four. Lance Storm was so good and deserved so much more than he ever got in the WWF. So I was excited that he was in the final four. But of course, freaking Test got
your boy
because he cheated and he cheated. Thoughts on the cheating in this match and the cheating or Chavo or cheating?
Chavo sucks, first off. And there was no cheating. Test did what he had to do. He had to get himself in there. He had to get that immunity. He had to get it by any means necessary. He may have lost the battle, but he won the immunity. I don't know if he really won the war, but because the Alliance lost. So, but he won the immunity. So, that helps.
I mean, but he can't get fired now. So,
That's true.
Even though I think he did. Pretty sure.
Honestly, I think they should have gave it to Scotty Tuhati too, because I think he was robbed. I do agree he was a little bit on the rob side. He didn't get a chance to get his immunity, so I think they should have split it down the middle.
Yeah, so each one can't get fired for 6 months, but and then Scotty gets an extra 6 months, and then Test gets 6 months deducted. So yeah, I think that works, right? Yeah. So essentially, Scotty gets the year and Test gets nothing because that's what he deserved. Nothing. May he rest in peace. Next, we got the Women's Championship 6-pack challenge. It wasn't a 6-pack. It was just a 6-pack challenge. I know you got confused. I got confused. I was like, wait, were we out there? I don't remember being out there. But it was a 6-pack challenge. Trish Stratus versus Jacqueline versus Lita versus Ivory versus Jazz versus Mighty Molly. So many.
I still can't get over Jazz.
I'm black and yeah. But I think we need to take a moment to remember and the greatest suicide dive of all time.
Moment of silence.
It was beautiful. She threw the ropes and then plop. It wasn't in this match, but I think we need to just take a moment to remember that. But I actually thought this match was really.
It wasn't this match.
What? Yeah, but the suicide dive wasn't.
Oh, okay. I thought you said okay. Never mind. I got you. Yeah, she wanted to.
Yeah, she did. She did. I think Jazz tried to, and yeah, that didn't work out. But anyway,
that was funny. It was funny because Jazz, like, it was like she felt like she was going over the top rope. That spot to go over the top rope, and she was like, "Well, this is the middle, but I'm gonna still do the same thing."
But I actually thought this match was really good. Especially for the time. The early to mid 2000s wasn't known for great women's wrestling in the WWF. But I think these women were really good in the ring, except for maybe like one or two Jazz. But Trish is the winner. She didn't do nothing in this match except for Stratisfaction, and I was fine with that. I was completely okay with that. But she becomes the women's champion. Thoughts on the match?
LOL, women's wrestling in the Attitude Era. That's it. No, but wow. How you make a 6-pack challenge this short? I'm just wondering. I don't get it. You got all these people in the ring at one time, and you made it 4 minutes. Trish Stratus, I don't even know how she won. Like, honestly, I didn't see her do anything in this match to get the pin. Not even gonna lie. That's all I saw her do. I mean, this could have been a good match if they would have decided to do more. If it would have been longer, but they had to make room for the extremely long main event, probably the longest of all time, except for the 60-man Iron Man match. But obviously, a 60-minute Iron Man match. But obviously, that had to be 60 minutes. So, but yeah, like, why was this so short? I don't understand.
Yeah. But anyway, also, side note, why is Tori on the logo of this show when she was only there for like a minute? Like bruh, like, I mean,
it was because of the temperature. They wanted to let the people know it's
Yeah. I get it. And then Lita just can be anywhere ever.
I'm telling you, Vince Russo made this entire thing. Like, he made the poster. He made it all. Well, you remember those times freaking back in the Attitude Era where they would just have women be the cover person on the thing and they wouldn't even be on the show?
Yeah. It was Tori. It was either Tori or
Sable,
Stacy, or yeah. Anyway, Sable. Moving on. Another awesome video package for the main event. Really, definitely hyped it up. The two teams. Any thoughts on the video package?
I was excited for the match, but I like that this kind of it created that storyline within it. That was kind of the thing too. Like, there was already a big storyline in it, but it created like those intermediate storylines that were within it too.
Yeah.
So kind of like if you haven't been watching and you just happen to tune in the SummerSlam Survivor Series, you know what's going on.
Yeah, it wasn't SummerSlam. It was Survivor Series.
It's the two S's. It's confusing.
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, SU and then it. Yeah, I get it.
Survivor Slam.
Yeah, Survivor Slam and then Summer Series. Yeah, those two. They good pay per view.
What did you do? Summer Survivor. Yeah.
I mean, or Survivor.
You forgot the last two words.
I was looking right at it, and I was like, "What is that word?" Series Slam, Summer Series Slam. Anyway, I'm gonna go away now. We got the Survivor Series elimination match. I was confused because we didn't have Michael Cole explaining it to us how this match goes, so I had no idea how this match was. I didn't know, does somebody get a pin? Is escape over the rope? Like what is this? I needed Michael.
Is it
Cole.
a reverse battle royal?
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking it was a reverse battle royal. I thought it was a.
That's why everybody was outside the ring first. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I thought it was the Hell in a Cell match with the cell outside of the ring. That's what I thought it was. But Team WWF versus the Alliance. We had Shane McMahon, Booker T, RVD, Kurt Angle, and Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Big Show, Kane, Undertaker, Chris Jericho, and The Rock. Even looking back, it felt kind of strange to me seeing The Rock and Austin starting off this match. Usually, like the big, stars kind of didn't necessarily start, tag team matches or elimination matches. They usually kind of the other guys would start it and then building up that suspense to finally that hot tag or whatever. So it was kind of weird just seeing them start off the match, but I thought this was a really good match. I loved how the focus was kind of largely on Austin with the rumors of him turning on the Alliance. It came down to The Rock and Jericho versus Kurt Angle and Austin. As we expected, finally it came down to the WWF champion Austin versus the WCW champion The Rock. And with a huge swerve at the time, Kurt Angle comes out and grabs the WWF title and turns on the Alliance by hitting Austin and giving The Rock the pin. So Team WWF wins. Definitely a good match, a very long match, but a good match. And I liked the swerve at the end because I don't think we were really. I think Kurt Angle was kind of the last person you expected, at least at the time, to be the one to do the swerve and turn on the Alliance. So that was definitely smart booking on the WWF. But definitely a good match. DJ, thoughts?
Yeah, I enjoyed the match too. I did. I thought it didn't feel long until like the very, very end. To me, and that's what I liked about this match, that it didn't really feel long until like the very, very end. When you were kind of at the final two, you were like, "Hey, this match been going on for a little bit." But I really, I feel like I just enjoyed this match. I liked, like you said, the focus was on Austin, but then Angle turns. I think that would have still even tricked me today. When they put the focus on one person and then like somebody just out of the blue turns like that. I think that was pretty cool. Only thing I would have thought of somebody who would have turned, like who maybe would have turned or something, but then that kind of kills that rivalry between he and Stone Cold. But I thought it was really cool that Stone Cold and The Rock were the last two. I kind of forgot about the titles at that point, but I just thought that was kind of cool because we're so used to seeing them, do their thing, and have their own little feud. But I was just I just enjoyed the match. I thought it was a good match. I was excited going into it just because there was there was like a storyline on top of a storyline, which I liked. Um, and I like how everybody hit the finishes on Big Show. Poor guy. I just enjoyed it, and I think what was really cool about it, and I hope they do this tomorrow, or yeah, not tomorrow, next week at Survivor Series. I hope they don't have to put all 8 or 6 or how many ever commentators they have, but they need to try to combine them in some form or fashion. Because that was cool too. I think it was cool to have like Paul Heyman and JR kind of battling it out, over their brands and stuff like that. Now, do they need to have an 8 per? Is it 8 people? Yeah, they'd have like an 8-person or 7-person announce team. Heck no, please don't. Um, but two, I feel like it wouldn't be a bad thing if they did something like that. If they did something where, um, on Sunday where they basically have a big like kind of a bigger announce team. Maybe 2 people. So Morrow and Tom Phillips, because I really like him. Morrow and Tom Phillips from SmackDown, and let's just say Corey Graves and Michael Cole from Raw, because obviously I keep Michael Cole out there. And I want to say, I think Corey Graves could do a good job of like building that brand and talking about how good the brand is and everything. But I hope they do that, because I that was one thing about this pay-per-view that I really liked, is kind of that whole situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now that you brought that up, it makes it kind of weird with NXT, because it's Corey Graves and Tom Phillips on commentary there.
Yeah.
But they're on different shows on the main roster, which is just weird to me. It just kind of it goes back to that, with Triple H kind of when he was the authority on the main roster, but then on NXT we're supposed to love him. It's just weird. I think they need to fix that. Change it somehow. But anyway, that was your Survivor Series 2001 review. Probably be back maybe tomorrow with whatever one DJ picks, because he hasn't decided yet which one he wants to do, because he's slow and he makes us wait. He's making you wait, fans. He is making you wait. And you shouldn't have to wait. I don't think.
Building a suspicion, guys. Come on.
All right. But anyway, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button like DJ always says, and you probably don't because DJ's saying it. So now I'm saying it, and you should do it. So right now, do it right now. I'll give you a minute. Just right there, right? Go ahead. Go do it. Come on. And then follow us at ICW_podcast on the Twitter machine. And we will see you on the flippity dippity. Oh, yeah.